All right, welcome back. This is Operation Torchlight. We are still in July 1940. This will be the US and KMT turn. So let's get started with some tech rolls. So we've got 5 techs that the US can work on. We are going to work, hopefully get more than one like last time. Let's work on starting off with jet fighters, 8 or higher. 3, that's a fail. Let's go heavy bombers, 9 or higher. 3, that's a fail. Let's get a different die. Long range aircraft, 7 or higher. That one is a success. So long range aircraft goes to stage 3. This was already at stage 2. That's 3 of them. Let's let's go ahead and do wartime economy since we're kind of close on that one. For 7 or higher, that's a 3, that's a fail. And lastly, heavy carriers, 8 or higher to finish it. That's a 7, that's a fail. So 1 out of 5. Once again, US stinks at technology. All right, purchases. So let's take a look here. So we lost $3 to convoying prior to losing the Philippines. So that's $3 gone there. With the rest of it, we're going to lend-lease a fighter to the UK. We're going to lend-lease $2 to the KMT, which will be used for next turn. We get 4 infantry because it's the first turn at war for free. We got 2 Marines for 8. And then this stack of 22 is going to move 2 heavy carriers. Not heavy carriers, just 2 carriers forward from stage 3 to stage 2. And also a destroyer and a heavy cruiser. The heavy cruiser was on stage 2, so he'll come off and get placed. The destroyer obviously is just a 1-turn purchase. And there's my puppy. All right, and that should be all the money spent. Yeah, because what was that? 5 plus 7 is 12, plus the 10 for the 2 heavies is 22. Yep, the 10 for that, the 8 for that. Good to go. All right. And then I'll just show you, since I'm talking about it right now, I'll finish what what's purchased by the KMT. KMT has $15. They're going to buy an air transport at the Rehe factory for 7. And then they're going to buy 2 Airborne, which are infantry class, so it can be placed in anywhere in home country without needing a factory. And then 1 Militia. So that's 7 plus 6 is 13 plus 2 is 15. All right, let me show you the supply paths for that, for the fighter and for the money for the KMT, just to make sure that we're good to go. So you have to announce the sending port and the receiving port. So I'm going to send from, I guess it has to be an actual port. So I'm going to choose the port over here in C zone 71. And then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and receive it in the Midlands right there, which is the same as be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go through the subs. So I choose the one to go around the subs, and that fighter will be delivered to the Midlands. For the KMT, oh gosh, that was my plug. For the KMT money, same thing. I'm announcing that it's going from the port actually on the east coast, so it'll come through the Panama Canal, and then it can go from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and be delivered splitting the ships and planes from Japan, so nothing to be intercepted or interdicted. All right, so that was technology, purchases, lend-lease, combat movement. Actually, over here is non-combat, but I'm going to talk about it right now since I'm here. It would have been combat, but I asked the veteran, I'm going to be moving through C-Zone 23. I asked him if he wanted to engage with his 5 submarines. He said no. So actually all 6 of these ships are going to be going 1, 2, 3, up into the channel, 1, 2, 3 into the channel, and 1, 2, 3, 4 off of the major port, also into the channel. So 6 American ships in the channel, and those escort things will come off. And the reason why it was all 6 of them going through season 23, because it would have gone from 32 to 23 and then over to the channel. So they all would have arrived in 23 at more or less the same time. All right, that is it in the Atlantic. Well, actually, you know what? Before I forget, in the Atlantic, this dude is going to go 1, 2 for his non-combat movement, but I just don't want to forget that. All right, we do have a slight combat movement over here. We have a light cruiser and a destroyer that I'm going to pick up, because those are going to have a combat movement. We'll take them all the way over to this side. So they were on the other side of the Panama Canal, so they pop out in Sea Zone 103. That's 1. There's a major port in Jamaica that belongs to the British, so they can use that for a +1 movement. So that was 1 into 103, and then 2. Make sure you can see it. 3, 4. We're attacking right here off of the Hawaiian Islands. We're also going to bring in these 2 coastal subs, moving 1. Let's see, 1, 2. We're going to take this fighter. He's going to, out of San Francisco, he's going to move 1, 2. So he'll have 2 movements remaining. He'll go back to San Francisco. This medium bomber from the, upper Midwest, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. So he'll have 2 movements remaining, and he'll land back in San Francisco. And these 2 tactical bombers from the upper Midwest are going to go 1, 2, 3. They'll have 1 movement remaining, and they are going to land on the heavy, or the carrier, the fleet carrier that's going to move up into Sea Zone 64. So everything else that was in the in that sea zone there over here, just off of the Panama Canal, will move 1, 2, 3. Well, sorry, except for the coastal sub, he moves 1 into 103, 2 into 70. Everything else moves 103, 70, and then here, and I know that's non-combat, but again, I'm just moving it now so you can see what's going to happen and where the landing place is, and so I don't forget. Yes, so that's why those dudes can land. The fighter can't reach, because I don't have enough landing spots. All right. There's that one battle there. All right, the KMT have a couple of battles as well. Oh, shoot, I forgot to ask about this one. So the KMT are going to go into Korea. So they've got 2 cavalry in Rehe. They're just going to move 1 over to Korea. And then I'm going to grab 1 more cavalry from Peking, and they'll move 1, 2 into Korea, so that's 3 cavalry. We'll make it 4 cavalry. And then I'm going to assume that he does not want to scramble the 2 fighters out of Primorsky Krai. If he does, I can roll the battle anyways and see what would happen. But I'm going to assume he doesn't. But we'll roll it anyways just for fun. Lastly is we have 1 infantry, which I need a sculpt, that's going to move out of Kwang Tung here. Let's take a chip off, and he's going to walk into Anantonkin. So that one will go to the Chinese. So that's up 1 for the KMT. So they go from 13 to 14, and Japan goes from 31 to 30. All right. So you know what? Let's we'll definitely roll that, of course, and then we can roll that and see what would happen, and then I can message the veteran before I upload it, and whichever one he tells me is what the outcome will be. Because yeah, rolling is fun. Well, actually, my rolling has not been fun for the allies. Anyways, so let's go ahead and take this to the battle board. It's enough units that we probably can. Make sure, how many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll call it good. I could bring in some of these units up here as well, but I think I'll save them in reserve. All right, over to the battle board, and we've got attacking this medium bomber plus a couple attack bombers plus a light cruiser, destroyer, a couple coastal subs that do not have first strike, and a fighter. Over here we've got a battleship. Put the transport over there in the 0. Heavy cruiser, and destroyer. All right, so for fun, let's just roll out the first one that could be, is if I had 3 cavalry attacking against 2 fighters defending in Korea. No, I don't have 3 cavalry, I have 4 cavalry. So 4 greens versus 2 reds. And that is 1 hit versus 2 hits for them. So 1 fighter would come off and 2 cavalry would come off. And then another hit, I would lose a cavalry. And nothing. And nothing. And finally, I would lose. So I would lose that battle. That sucks. But I'll let him know if he wanted to scramble or not, and we'll see. Maybe I actually win. So if he did scramble, then he's down a fighter. All right, so let's go over here and see if my bad rolling can continue. So we've got 2 tactical bombers and a medium bomber at 7. We've got a fighter at 6. We've got a light cruiser. No, I got a destroyer at 4. No, we can't do the same colors. Planes first. 4 planes first. That's a hit. Oh my gosh. 1 hit. So that'll be the destroyer. Then we've got a light cruiser that's blue, destroyer that's green, and 2 coastal subs that are white. And that is absolutely nothing. Okay. Lovely. I absolutely love it. Defending, we got a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, and a destroyer. Miss, hit, hit, miss. So 2 hits, take the 2 coastal subs. All right, so those units are all cleared. So now we've got planes, 2 blues, a green, and a red. All right, so medium bomber hit at 7. The fighter missed, and the 2 tactical bombers hit with target select. So they will target select. To me, it's always better to take out an entire unit. Well, I have 3 hits anyways, so all it's going to be left is 1, and they're all defend at 6. So Doesn't matter. So we'll target select the battleship, which is completely destroyed, and then the other one is the heavy cruiser. But he gets, and then I still have a destroyer and a light cruiser. The cruiser was 9. The destroyer was 6. Those missed. In response, we've got a red and 2 blues. The red is a hit. Both of the blues are hits. That's 3 hits. Holy cow. Take both of my ships, and we will take the fighter. All right, I only need 1 hit. I got 2 blues and a green. And barely got the 1 hit from the medium bomber at 7. And he has 1 heavy cruiser at 6 left, which misses with a 9. All right, so I thought I could keep all my planes. Apparently I can't, as I lose a fighter. But all that stuff's dead. All right, so let's take this back over to the board. So the medium bomber, as I stated, was going to go back to San Francisco. The 2 tactical bombers are going to land on, come on, user magnets, there we go, on the carrier. That's done. This is either take it and go up 2 if they don't scramble, or they're all dead and a fighter comes up. So I'm going to take those and put it up there, depending on what he says. It's going to be a loaded question when I ask him in the comment, or I send a message to him. All right. Next, continued. So these 2 heavy damaged battleships are going to move down here as well, along with the heavy cruiser, the destroyer, and 2 transports. So we've got 5 transports there now. On the other side, everything's done. All right, we do have some movements over here in China. So these 2 cavalry are going to go 1, 2 into Rehe. And there's the 4 CCP guys there. Plus I got 3 cavalry in Suyan. They're going to move over there. I might need to... Yeah, let's do that. Let's make another block for Rehe. Oops. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cavalry, and 4 infantry from the CCP. Plus we'll take this infantry and cavalry out of Peking and empty out Peking. We'll take the other infantry that's out of Suyan up there. We're going to take the 2 fighters. We're going to fly 1, 2 up there to Rehe. And we're going to rail an infantry out of Kwangtung. Actually, you know what? I'll keep that one. Keep that one there. Let's rail the infantry out of Nanking to go up there. That goes number 4 there. We're also going to step this militia from Yunnan down to Kwangtung. No, I keep saying Kwangtung. Kwangtung is... No, that's right. It's the right place. This transport is going to move from Yunnan up to Rehe. And this militia from Sichuan is going to move. He'll move down into Kweichow. All right. That works. Okay. Place units. So they're gonna build their air transport at the factory in Rehe. They're also, because it's infantry class units and Rehe is considered part of Chinese home country, they're going to place 2 Airborne and a Militia all into Rehe as well, which is 3 infantry, 3 units infantry class placed anywhere. So all that there in Rehe. That's the Chinese, or the KMT. And then I'm not going to move the camera, but I'm going to deliver that fighter to the Midlands like we talked about. I already moved forward the 2 carriers. On the build chart. And now we need to place our units on the west coast for the US. So 2 Marines going into San Francisco, and the heavy cruiser and destroyer going into C Zone, whatever it is, 64. Yep. And then the 4 infantry. Let's put. One thing, I was going to rail an infantry up to British Columbia. Forgot about that one. Let's put 1 infantry into the Pacific Northwest. We'll put, let's see, I built 2 there because these ships could be built with the other factories connected by rail. Put 1 infantry in Southwest United States. And the last 2 infantry, I'll go ahead and put them in San Francisco. All right. So I've got quite the stack there now. And let's collect income. And there's no recruitment rolls or anything like that. So the US on the chart is at 59, plus their wartime income bonus of 12. So they will collect $71 for next turn. So it's 50, 60, 71. And then the KMT, they're at 14, plus they have the Burma Road opens. They collect 15, added to the $2 that the US just sent them. So they'll have 17 for next round. All right, that is it for the turn, I believe. Next, the calendar is going to go into January 1941. And I have this little marker there just to show that there are a bunch of units that need to get placed. I'm not going to do it on camera, but just a reminder, we have this January 1941. So Java doesn't get anything, Celebes doesn't get anything, Borneo doesn't. But all the South American countries do. Belgium does. Of course, the Nordic countries do, like Finland and Norway, and then of course Turkey as well. So all right, so we'll put those on, and then it'll turn over to the veteran with the German turn in January 1941. All right, well, thanks for watching. Please help me out with any corrections, and appreciate it. Cheers.